Good morning and welcome to Lost in South Oz.
Which is what usually I would say.
That's right.
Good morning, I'm Bridget.
I'm Julie and we're just leaving Truro now on our way to Blanchetown.
And we thought we'd bring you along for the ride. This is going to be a dash cam video. So we have many types of videos on our channel. If a dash cam video is not for you, then please, I'm not offended if you just close this video and move on. But
yeah.
The reason why this dash cam, the reason why this dash cam video is here is I just thought it'd be interesting to show people.
Lots of gum trees.
Well, not just that, but lots of dead grass.
Oh, that too.
I got called an idiot recently because I don't know that this isn't technically bush. No, it's technically desert. Yeah. And so someone called me an idiot on in comments, and it was withheld. So look, I'm not going to say who it was.
This place needs some rain.
It has been a hard, hot summer this year, and you would be forgiven for thinking that these areas that we're in are desert.
No, it's not really desert, but it's still been very dry.
Yeah, it's very dry, and everything here is dead. I've even seen a lot of dead gum trees and palm trees that the palm trees out here seem to survive, and they look like burnt matchsticks hanging over. I know it's an exaggeration, but if you look in one of our other driving videos recently, you will see exactly that.
Yeah. And this is not country you can do a bushwalk through because it's all properties, private properties owned by people, etc. So the best way to show you this area is dashcam.
Yeah. So Blanchetown is a nice little town on the Murray.
And in its day, it was an important location on the Murray. It was a crossing point. It's still an important location. It's just not as big a town as it used to be.
No. And I'm humming a lot. Sorry. It's pretty early. It is early in the morning. I would say it's probably 8ish, but I'm not looking at a device.
It is 8:08.
It's 8:08. There you go. And look, if you look at this scene here, you're looking at this. It's just really dry, really dry. Just hills of dead grass, or if you like, not really dead, but scorched grass.
Yeah, that's a good description. With a quarry on our right. 40 kilometres to Blanchetown.
This video will probably go on the playlist for driving videos or dash cam. I keep saying look, it's just going to go in the playlist for that, because if there's other dash cam videos in there, and I thought, well, that's where it can live. Makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you, Jill?
Yeah, it does. Now, it's not obvious at the moment, being given its daytime, but we're in the Murray area dark sky reserve. Essentially, there's lots of restrictions on street lighting and so on at night, so that there's no residual light from human activity to block out starlight.
Wow. Look at that. Look at all that brown. Wow. There's not much green out there, Jill.
No,
a few gum
not.
trees. Just a few gum trees, that's it. The last couple of days we've had some rain overnight, which is nice because we've been sort of mid 40s, and yeah, but today it's only reaching 20 something, isn't it?
26, I think.
26, which is rather a cool day for us. So, or if you like, it's a nice cool day. I sort of look forward to the cooler days. We always seem to be complaining about the weather, don't we?
Well, yeah.
Is it just human nature?
Yeah, it's human nature to complain. End of story.
Yeah, yeah. I hadn't realised there actually is no speed limit signs out here, and we're not on the expressway, so I'm sort of assuming the speed limit is 100.
Yeah, they don't really believe in speed signs in South Australia.
Yeah, I reckon if they can get away with saving a buck, they will. You'll go around suburbia in South Australia and, basically if they say in South Australia, if you don't see a speed limit sign, then assume the speed limit in suburbia is 50 kilometres an hour.
But then the main roads through suburbia are 60 kilometres generally.
Yeah, and a lot of the, if you like, high density housing, it's really confusing what you consider high density housing in South Australia, because we don't have any real. There are flats, but they're not a lot. They choose to do like townhouses and shared backyard stuff that, sort of, I guess there's less space around your building. Oh, so we've got roadworks up here and they're slowing us down.
Well, they've always got roadworks somewhere. One day they'll finish building the state.
Do you really think they'll ever finish building a state or lane?
No, you don't really, but
or fixing a road.
It's the proverbial painting the harbour bridge. By the time you finish painting the Sydney Harbour Bridge, you've got to go back to the beginning and start again.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And of course, we're coming up to a roadwork zone. They've slowed us right down to 40 because people just don't slow down. They just don't slow down. Unless they can see some guy with a shovel on the side of the road digging a hole, they won't slow down. And then you've got, 16 cars up your, trying to push you on as some sort of bullying tactic. As you can see, it's
loose surface.
Loose surface, 40 kilometres an hour. And then we've got this little hatchback that doesn't care that I passed way back in the bit back there. It says he wants to go around, or I'm his speed limiter. I don't know what people think about that, but it's not my fault that the speed limit has changed to 40 and you can't read, bud, or you don't care. You're in control of your own vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in control of mine. And if that means that you're angry with me, then so be it. I'm
bridge speed, it's the bridge that'll get the fine, not the car behind.
It's, you know, I've got to, you know, and mind you, I do, like everyone knows, I drive a Holden, and the digital, I sometimes think that for some reason the Holdens are calibrated a tiny bit faster, but because everyone seems to be going just slightly slower than me, and I haven't changed the diameter of my wheels. These are the standard wheels that come with this vehicle. I don't know, what can I say? But there is now, I can't see, it looks like at least 2 or 3 cars behind me that haven't read the speed limit signs or don't care. That's okay. That's okay. I'm quite happy with that. I used to get really worried about this stuff when I first came to South Australia, because I grew up in New South Wales, and I make
There goes another road train.
Yep, look at those trucks. I grew up in New South Wales, and you know, they did aggression in New South Wales. If somebody, they do passive aggression really well here. I've noticed that, but in New South Wales, they'll get out of the car and it's just, you know, I'm like, wow. And there's just so many, it's just wrong that you've got to now, you know what I mean? You shouldn't have to defend yourself because you're doing the speed limit.
No.
Nor should you be bullied or attacked violently. You know, I'm coming up to a red light, which is they're slowing traffic down so that you know, maybe there's a plant on the road.
We've got a one-way section.
Yeah, it's a one-way section, and I have to stop at the red light.
Yeah, both directions are using the one lane.
Yeah, it says stop here. It doesn't say stop at the red light. It says stop
here on red signal.
It doesn't want me to stop right next to the red signal. Stop here. So this little hatchback has just climbed up my butt. I can't see its windscreen.
I think the little hatchback's into butt 6.
Oh, okay.
With its own kind.
Yeah, and you know, it's still a 40 zone. I don't know what that means.
My brain makes weird connections.
Anyway, we'll stop there at that line.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's a 40 zone. Doesn't mean you accelerate away at 110.
No.
It's a 40 zone.
Yeah, we're still in the 40. And as you can see, we're back to a lane in each direction now.
Yeah, and people can't go around you because there's, you know. So the funny thing is, it says 100. Yep, now they're opening it out to 110. So listen to this engine roar.
Yep.
Foot flat to the boards. A little hatchback, just like it's standing still.
And South Oz is the land of the road train. Most trucks here seem to haul at least, you know, 2 trailers.
And for some reason, either we're breathing too hard or...
Oh, it's alright, I'll stop breathing for a minute.
Look, I open the window. Yeah, that's what you get. So I've just turned the air conditioner on a little bit. I spent quite some time trying to clean the windscreen in and out, and it doesn't matter what you do, you can't seem to get that smudge off. But it is what it is. Enjoy the footage. Well, I hope you do. But you don't have to. The it's a long straight road, isn't it? So and lots of gum trees. That's all that's out there. Dried out grass.
Actually, I think a lot of these trees are not gum trees, strictly speaking.
They're not.
It's a slightly.
There's a whole heap of other stuff out there.
It's getting into what I think is called mallee scrub.
Mallee scrub.
Which is more, it's less trees and more, I don't know, they're small trees, but they're more shrub-like in their branch structure.
Oh, okay.
Don't really
I'm sure there's some different sort of melaleucas and
that
all
sort
sorts
of thing.
Oh, I don't know. Look, if you wanted
I'm
me
not
to,
a botanist.
Yep.
But what we're looking at earlier in the drive, it was gum trees. You know, they were tall, they were straight up and down.
Well, there is some gum trees there.
Yeah, there's the odd one or two, but what we're seeing here now is more a shrub that's growing big.
Like, see, the windscreen's got better. We must have been breathing too hard.
I don't know, I'm just trying to describe a difference, that's all.
Yeah. And I'd like to thank all those subscribers out there. I know but I do mean it. I am very grateful for our subscribers on this channel. Take a lot of the videos that are on my channel are out and about, and the problem with when you're out and about doing explore is if you're indoors, great, you know, you tend not to get a lot of wind in the microphone, and if you're out in nature or on a beach zone or anywhere on a hill, you're going to get some wind. And
I've noticed even professional reporters with sophisticated microphone equipment, they get wind noise.
Look, you go onto TV, and YouTube's not TV, and you go onto even pay TV. If it's out and about, you're going to get wind noise in the microphone. And what I've done is I've taken a dish sponge, and I've obviously taken the scar off it with a like a Stanley knife, and I've cut a slot in it down the longest edge of it to basically poke that over one end of my phone where the microphone is to act as a diffuser. It takes a large amount of the wind noise out, and I'm seeing it's something. It's a good attempt, but if you look at the microphones you can get out there, professional microphones, they've just got diffusers on them. In some cases, are just a sponge of some kind, or a sort of almost like that fake fur flapping stuff. So, and all that does is it breaks up the wind noise in the microphone. That's all they do. And that's I guess a cheap fix, if you want to put it that way, or an attempt at trying to make them.
So in simple terms, we're doing what we can to deal with the issue.
And I'm thinking, I've been asked what have I done and how to do it, because on our channel I laid out a challenge, hashtag challenge accepted, and because you don't need expensive equipment to be a YouTuber, although it takes a little bit of guts to put yourself out there and make an attempt at showing people, either when I do my footage, I tend to point the camera away from me, because I think what I'm showing in my video is the focus of it, and I'm trying to show people.
This is a video about what's out there, not about
us.
looking at us.
And you know, I do lives, and I do go on other people's live streams, and if you want to listen to me talk about, I guess, whatever, then they're the streams, or streams are, you know. Anyway, I'll stop blabbering. I guess this gets boring. I don't know what that tower is out there. It looks like a mobile phone tower, doesn't it?
Looks like it. Some sort of communications tower.
But as far as the sponge that I've created, I thought I might do a short video on that, so that people, if they do have noticed a significant wind noise reduction, and want to go out there and start their own footage, because there are quite a lot of keyboard warriors on the internet that, you know, state the bleeding obvious. And if you want to go and, if you're worried that, you know, you're going to get insulted for wind noise or whatever, and you don't know what to do with your phone and how to, I thought I'd do a short video on how I created.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I might even...
You got the idea from someone, didn't you?
They just said use a bit of sponge, and I thought, no, I actually decided to do it from my own head.
Okay.
So maybe I'll curate one on a short video, and that way people can see what I did to attempt to address the wind noise.
And so far it seems to be working quite well.
I've noticed in a couple of videos that there's a few moments of wind noise, but I can even hear wind here because I've got a diffuser on the driver's side to brake, you know, so you can open the window open at low speeds, but I can even hear the wind on that, so I don't know what you do. Where are we now? It says Blanchetown, 5Ks.
Out of Blanchetown.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm a bit of a motor mouth. I've just talked for 60 Ks without even knowing it. Mostly.
I can talk, but it's got to be on a topic that I'm interested in.
Yeah, I guess I may have learned how to do a little bit of small talk. I guess that's a skill you develop, right?
Well, you can.
So we're about 5Ks out of Blanchetown. And we started in Truro.
And this is the main road through to from South Australia through to northwestern Victoria and on into New South Wales.
Yeah.
So hence a lot of trucks
And it's a road we know very well, and we've travelled quite a fair bit. And you see a lot of caravans and campers too.
because before it gets to the Victorian border, it goes through a lot of Murray River towns.
Do we want to stop at Blanchetown, or do you want to drive down to the Murray?
I'm thinking drive down to the Murray.
And then in the video for people?
Yeah.
Because coming up on our left, oh wait up, this is a weighbridge.
Yeah.
And if it's open and you're a heavy vehicle, required, I believe, isn't it?
I'm guessing so.
But we're not far out of Blanchetown, and that's what this next 80-kilometre slowdown's about. There's a service station and a roadhouse, well, you might call them roadhouses. And
Yeah, we sometimes call them roadhouses here too.
yeah.
It's a truck stop basically.
Yeah, as you can see, it's huge trucks here already.
And I think we'll go down to the river first and do the filming we want to do there. And then if we're hungry and we need a look at...
they've got
loo break.
Look at this place. Yeah, they have bathrooms. This place has, I think, changed hands, and the food has changed, and some people complain about that too. But in the end, if you're hungry, they've got something to eat there.
Yeah. Now there's a series of locks on the Murray River, and lock number 1 I think is at Blanchetown.
Okay. Well, we'll get into that on our next video that we're about to shoot. This was just a dash cam or road trip video. So, and someone walking their dog. I'll see you, mate. I've almost forgotten how to get down here.
I don't think there's too many options.
Yeah, well, eventually, I think eventually you just, if you keep going, you end up on the, you end up driving into the Murray.
Yeah, exactly.
That
line of trees ahead, that's the Murray.
That's why it's all green. And
then you've got the hills on the other side of the Murray.
Yeah, that's why it's all green. I think you're going to need a bit more than road service if you don't stop here.
Yeah.
If you like roadside assist.
Yeah, if you look through the trees, you can see the lock.
I've drowned the car. A lot of birds down there.
A lot of pelicans. They like that spot.
I might go down there and have a look. It actually feels like it's going to rain. There was a spot of rain on the windscreen.
Oh.
I was just auctioning off that house. There you go. You want to go and move to Blanchetown? There's a houseboat down there. If you want to move to Blanchetown and live here, there's a couple of houses for sale. All right. Well, there's a lot of water. Seems to be up, doesn't it?
It does seem to be.
And there are toilets here.
Oh, there is too.
Yeah. I think that's new, isn't it? I don't remember. Keep clear at all times. I don't remember.
I don't remember that either.
I think I might just. I think I might reverse park in here. How's that? Hopefully the I think the problem with old dash cams is that eventually old reversing cams, is eventually the connection has a problem. Anyway, I'm gonna stop that there. All right, so look, I'm Bridget.
I'm Julie.
And thank you so much if you tuned in to watch our driving video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing. Not all the videos on this channel are a dash cam, so keep that in mind. All right, I hope you all have a lovely day, and bye for now from me.
Bye for now.